Okay, so yesterday I wrote a piece in VJ World for the VJ.com in which I said very simply that as television migrates to the internet, the experience changes. Instead of being on a big screen, it's much more intimate, just like this is much more intimate, and that when you do interviews with people and elicit sound bites, unless that person is talking to somebody else, you should have the subject talk into the camera. The reason for that is so that the person who's watching, which is you, pays attention to the person who's talking, which is me. This makes sense because this is how we have conversations with people. When we have conversations with people, we look at them just like I'm looking at you. Video on the internet is a very personal experience, unlike watching television, of course. So anyway, I posted this thing, I wrote it yesterday, and it got picked up by Mark Settle from the BBC, and it went on MojoCon's Facebook page. MojoCon is the conference of mobile journalists that I gave a talk at about 3 weeks ago in Ireland. Well, all those guys, we had a pretty intelligent conversation about whether this works, when it works, when it doesn't work, and that was fine. And so this morning, we took the same piece and we posted it on Storytellers, which is a Facebook page which apparently is dominated by conventional local news, television cameramen and people like that, and they basically went nuts. They went nuts because they said, this is not how we shoot things. Well, you know how they shoot things? They shoot things like this, or maybe like this, or just a little bit off camera. And they think that this is cast in stone, and this is how they're always going to do it, and this is how they're going to do it, and they're going to do it forever, which to me is crazy. Just look at this. Does this work more if I'm talking to you like this, or does it work more if I'm talking to you like this? Because this is how these guys shoot sound bites all the time. It doesn't make any sense. The notion of not talking to the camera, and this is like cast in stone with these guys, do not look at the camera, whatever you do. This is a function of how television was made in the 1960s when they came out with a reporter and two cameras, and they'd shoot the guy asking the questions, and they'd shoot the person answering it, and you were essentially, the viewer was essentially watching a conversation, kind of third person invisible. The internet changes all this because the internet, as you're watching this, hopefully on your computer or your phone or your tablet, it's a very intimate relationship. I am talking to you. If I interview somebody and they tell me my baby almost died, I want that person eyeball to eyeball with the viewer sitting at home on the couch watching it. I don't want my baby almost died. It detracts from the power of the piece. Anyway, these guys go crazy, and I don't mind answering their questions, but they should understand that working in local news, they're essentially working in a dinosaur. The business they are in is dying. It is migrating every day to the internet, and the internet mandates a different kind of a grammar and a different kind of look. If you don't get hip with the medium that you're on and the things it demands, you will not survive. This is very simple. So some guy wrote, are you trying to sell something? First of all, as though trying to sell something is some kind of crime in the world of television. No, I am not an employee of KBXT or whatever it is. Yes, I am trying to sell something. All right, I'll be very honest with you. I am trying to sell something. I'm trying to sell you on an idea. I'm also trying to sell you on membership in the VJ.com, which, trust me, would help your careers a whole lot. So why don't you get over there, check out what I got to say, and sign up for it. You don't have to do it, but it would behoove you to take a look at where the industry is headed. I mean, about 20 years ago, I predicted this whole VJ thing, and all those guys were saying, no, it's never going to happen. We need professional crews, blah, blah, blah. Well, geez, VJs are all over the place, and they're making more content every day, or Mojos, or MMJs, or whatever you want to call them. So listen, guys, I'm not doing this to be a jerk. I'm doing this to try to help you. You got to change. If you don't change, you're going to die. You heard it here first. And trust me, get to the VJ.com, check out our lessons, and if you write to me, I'll even give you a little discount. Yes, I am selling something. I'm selling you a future. Pay attention. This is important.